We're off. We're live. Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. We are down here at Peter's Pizzas. We've got most of the Leicester Fan TV crew. We've not got, obviously, Michael, Mr. Swag, who's out there in Seattle. We've not got Elijah. We've not got Ross, and we've not got Jono. But Jono and Mr. Swag, Michael, are live at about 7:30 with the match night. I've got Tom here. Tom, honestly, I hope anybody who's watching this, we are excited for tonight. We're also a little apprehensive. We're trying to debate on what is going to happen. We haven't got the team news yet. It's coming out in about 15 minutes. Tom, what mood are you in tonight?
I think you've got to be positive, haven't you? Look, the Saturday performance, as I think, took a lot of people down. The postman's comment from Brendan being negative and booing, and that, you've got second-rate players. Didn't have the situation yesterday.
He didn't say second-rate players. Come on, Tom.
They're good.
They're good,
but they're not top players, are they?
Yeah.
Well, second-rate then, yeah. But, it didn't really help the situation. And then Perez coming out and saying about the booing as well. Really poor for me, a press release or press statement from both of them to try and get the crowd going tonight. Could have been handled a lot better. But look, we go again. After the result between Napoli, losing 2-1 has really put the ball in our court going into the final two games. And who would have thought that last game after we drew 1-1 at home? It's really changed the projection tonight. Got to go with it. We've really got to come out of the traps early on against a team who have lost 7 games in a row.
Jamie's Mr. Rodgers in, as you all know. Rodgers in, Rodgers in. That's all he's been saying to me all night. Jamie, come on. Are we playing 5 at the back? Have we got to be a bit more aggressive today?
We've got to be a bit more aggressive today. We've got, I think you've got to play 4 at the back and then have the extra man up top. Nacho and Vardy, or Daku and Nacho. I do believe we've got to play 4 at the back, a bit more aggressive, a bit more being on the front foot for the first 10-15 minutes, get that early goal. God forgive, we concede an early goal, or else the crowd's just going to go pear-shaped. I think it will just. That's the only worry I've got. After the manager, I can't pronounce the manager's name. You know what I'm like with names. The Warsaw manager says, "What you been preparing for?" And he's gone corners. That's a big problem. That's the zonal marking that we all love and hate.
Do you think, Jamie? Do you think he'll go zonal tonight? Do you think? Is this? Listen, we all hope we win tonight, but could some of Brendan's Achilles heel come out tonight? Could it be that he is playing 5 at the back and we are zonal marking against a poor Polish side?
Like Tom says, they've lost 7 on the bounce. We've got to play with 2 up top. Surely we've got to play with 2 up top. And unless he changes the midfield, we've got to change it. It's like I say, Nacho and Vardy up top, or Nacho and Daka. We've got to go with it. Be aggressive. That's what we've got to be. Be aggressive from the start. We've got to get behind him. The fans have got to get behind them. No matter how we're playing, we've got to try and get behind them. We've got to try and be positive this tonight. We need this win to stay in this competition. If not, the season's done and dusted.
I mean, Jamie, you come out after the Chelsea match and you have said you think you're done with Rodgers. I know I'm pushing on it, but tonight, you're down there tonight, you've travelled 2,000 miles, you're 100% backing Leicester.
You can take the boy out of Leicester, but you can't take Leicester out the door, I'm afraid. I'll always support him, no matter what. I want to see him doing well. Yeah, like I said on Saturday, I'm still the same. I'm still Brendan out. But hopefully he'll prove me wrong. Hopefully they'll be more positive and take it that step forward and improve. And I really hope he proves me wrong. But I'm still, at the moment in time, I'm still Brendan out at the minute. Hopefully he proves me wrong.
Jack, we've been talking there about Jamie Vardy and obviously Patson Daka. Where do you think it will be tonight in the starting 11? Will it be Vardy? Will it be Daka?
Vardy will be on the bench for the Watford game. Obviously, he'll start. No, not for the Watford game, for the Legia Warsaw game tonight. He'll start on Sunday. It's keeping him fresh. He's 34 now, getting on 35. You know, he can't do a full 90 minutes now, can Jamie Vardy, I believe. Patson Daka, it's his time to shine under the lights tonight against a team who have lost 7 on the bounce. They're a very poor side. They're there for the taking tonight. Phil, Legia Warsaw. It's a game that last night you're looking at a Napoli result, Spartak Moscow beating Napoli. You'd think, you know what, Leicester want to top the group tonight. They want to win the game and get them 3 crucial points, get the crowd going. Because if we go behind tonight, it's just going to go silent. It's going to be like a mortuary tonight at the King Power Stadium. It's going to be freezing cold. Hopefully Leicester will give us something to jump for joy about. Hopefully as fans will be more warmed up than the players will on that touchline, running up and down the touchline. So,
Jack, are you nervous?
I'm nervous.
Are you excited?
You've got to be nervous, ain't you, pal?
You
You've got to be nervous. We're Leicester fans.
You have to be nervous watching Leicester. It's like a roller coaster. You go up and then you go down. But supporting Leicester as I do for all my life now, you know what I mean? We've seen good times and bad times. I just feel tonight Brendan needs to stop being stubborn, change that formation, change the tactics, go all out attacking, and go and get that win tonight because we need it. It'll give us that massive boost of confidence ahead of Sunday's game against Claudio Ranieri's Watford.
Come on then, we're going to go over to Reedy now. Reedy, I want to talk midfield to you because for me it felt like Samari and Diddy as a starting pair was a bit strange, and then an ending pair was Maddison and Kieran Dewsbury Hall against Chelsea. Was that just me being weird, or was it a strange setup? What do you reckon for tonight about the midfield?
I think obviously Ndidi's got him in there, no doubt about that. I don't know whether you put Samari in more of the attacking midfield role, but then someone like a Maddison for a definite creative sort of player. But for me, you don't go defensive really tonight. You go for three at the front. You go with a midfield three of maybe Kieran Dewsbury Hall, Maddison and Ndidi. I'm not too sure, but there's got to be some sort of midfield there that's going to be aggressive really for me.
Yeah, so you're thinking aggression in there. What do you think about the Vardy and Dakar debate?
For me, it's three up front. I think probably Dakar to start just because he's probably been a bit better in Europa League than Vardy has, and then maybe use Vardy as a sub. And then for me, it's maybe Perez on the right or behind, depends, because I feel like he will start tonight. I don't know why. And on the left, I think it'll be Barnes again.
Jake, I'm with Reedy there. I think Perez came out yesterday in the press conference and said some words. I think Perez will start tonight. I think he is being lined up to start. What do you feel?
I've said earlier that I think that we will play sort of a mixed team. I don't think that it will be starting 11 best A squad. I'd like to see that, especially from the performances that we've seen on the field and also some of the comments that have been said from the manager and obviously Perez. You'd think that they'd come out here and obviously they're complaining at some of the fans saying, don't boo, get behind the lads and to give us your all support. And that's what us fans are going to do tonight. I think we're going to be the 12th man. I think we're going to do as much as we can to support the team. But I think Brendan Rodgers has got to come out and pick his strongest 11 and really, really push to show a performance that we haven't really seen this season. We saw glimpses of what we can do against Man United, but in other performances where we've won against Brentford and Norwich, we still were poor. But I think tonight we really have to come out and show exactly the old Leicester and show all the fans what we're supporting. And I think if the fans are behind the players from minute zero and the players are giving their all, then I think it will be a great game. But you never know. So,
Jay, I think that's fantastic. We're going to go straight back over to Tom now, who has got the team news in here, fresh. This is live.
Yeah. Literally early tonight. So it looks like it's a 4-3-3.
Which is what we wanted. We were saying not play five at the back.
Schmeichel in goal. Cassagna, Evans, Sayuchi and Thomas is the back four. Summery and Didi and Maddison is the midfield three. And Lookman, Barnes and Daka up front. So pace and power going forward there tonight by Leicester. No mucking around. So
that looks a better balance though, Tom, than Saturday. I can see how that lines up.
Yeah, well, you can see that back for line. Cassagna will stay at the right. Evans, Sayuchi, your partnership, and half on Daniel Amate, who's probably been player of the season in some ways. But in the back two, I think you've got to have that security in there. Obviously, Thomas comes back in. He's been Mr. Inconsistent this season. Times he's played well, but times he's not played great. Summery, again, when he plays well, he's a beast in the midfield of the park. Without Tielemans at the moment, you've got to play him and Ndidi. Gives Maddison that a bit of a licence to push forward a bit more. And then obviously Lookman on the right, Barnes on the left, Daka really through the middle. So a lot of pace and power going forward tonight for Leicester. But it all depends how this Walsall team come and sit deep. It could be a long, long night for Leicester.
I mean, Jamie, it looks like a 4-3-3. I know you're old school like me, 4-4-2, but that looks a better balance than Saturday, doesn't it?
I think it's going to be a 4-2-3-1. With the back four, of course, then you've got Sumer and Ndidi as the holding midfielders, and then Maddison, Lookman and Barnes. Maddison is the number 10, pushing forward with Dakar. But the only problem I find is we're playing a team that's lost 7 games on the trot and we're only playing one out-and-out striker. Barnes and Lookman didn't do a lot. They got pulled off at half-time, didn't they? So I think, to be honest, we should have been 2 strikers. I think we should have gone 2 up top and gone for the kill straight away. We've got pace and power, yes. Barnes and Lookman didn't use the pace and power on Saturday, did they, unfortunately. But yeah, it's a decent team. Just wish we'd had 2 up top. That's my odds. 2 up top.
Jack, Kelechi Iheanacho, what's he have to do to get a game, mate?
A lot. Kel, if he's a starter, then he gets goals. He builds confidence as Kelechi Iheanacho as a starter, Phil. When he's on the bench, he don't really give much. He's not an impact sub. He's more of a starter Iheanacho. I mean, looking at that bench and that tonight, the team, Maddison's the only creative player on the pitch, apart from Yuri Tillemans, who's obviously out. So Maddison's got a hell lot of work to do tonight. I mean, Dakar on his own. You need them 2 strikers, Phil. And I mean, Iheanacho could hold up the ball to play Dakar in. And I think that's what we're going to be missing tonight, that hold-up player. I mean, tonight we've got to go firing at all cylinders. We need to take on that team. It's an attacking lineup, so we need to prove that it's going to be attacking and execute the plan perfectly.
And we're sat down here in Peter's Pizzas. It's nice, it's relaxed. There's Leicester fans in here. We're having a nice pizza, but we've just been looking at some videos on social media of the Warsaw fans reading. Have you seen those? Of that they are here in numbers and they're looking feisty and lively. Really, Leicester fans need to give it some oomph at the King Power tonight.
Yeah, we've got to. Say for me, we had to put a full lineup now. I don't think it's as solid as I thought it'd be, but I would have to take the team as it is. I'm glad it's not far at the back. I'm not happy Marty's been dropped, but if it's a 4 at the back, he's going to get put in there. But
it's funny about Marty. We were all saying that actually we think he's been the player this season who's put the most effort in and looks like the most bothered.
Yeah, for me, I've said it from the start of the season. If anyone goes into that centre back role, it's going to be a Martin. I think he's been the most deserved spot. He's scored a lot more. He's scored a few goals already for us. So for me, it's about why is he not in instead of Sionchu? Because for me, I don't even know how Sionchu's in over Martin at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, we're just looking at the bench here with Tom. I hope, Tom, the bench doesn't come into play because I really hope that we do it from the off. But talk us through the bench.
So you've got Ward, the young Polish goalkeeper, Stakovic, Vestergaard, Bertrand.
Sorry.
Stojkovic.
Why not Jakubovic? Not that it matters.
I understand that one, but again, maybe just trying to give him a bit of experience in and around the team.
Although it does feel we've got 2 keepers on the bench, which
but we always do it for some reason. Mr. QE2 himself, Vestergaard, Brian Bertram, Daniel Amate, Chowdhury, Chupi Hall. Can't pronounce that one. Marcel Madjovic, Albrighton, Perez, Nacho and Vardy. So another young lad who comes into the fray tonight possibly. But look, you'd hope the team would put out against a team who'd lost 7 in a row would be strong enough to get us over the line tonight, to give Vardy Albrighton a rest after playing the last, full 90 minutes at the weekend.
Jake, he's put out a strong. I think that's a strong team. I think we'll all agree that, won't we? That's a strong. Jack Reed is shaking his head. I feel that's fairly strong.
I think it's quite strong. I think you look at it initially and you see Smeri and Ndidi together and you think, 2 CDMs. But I think Smeri will take over Tielemans' role and be a box-to-box player today. So I think it'll be somewhat more attacking. I think I would have liked to see it a bit different, but you've just got to wait and see what's happening. That's all I've got to say.
Score predictions. We are going to do score predictions. We always do it. Listen, there's always we're in Peter's Pizzas. There's always a pizza to give away. The first goal scorer, correct final score. So you are going to have to comment, Jamie, on that. Let's start with Tom.
I'm going to go 3-1, Dakar to score first.
I'm going to go 3-0 clean sheet. Need a clean sheet. Confidence.
That's how it works, Jamie. First goal.
Dakar.
3-0, James Maddison to score a banger.
I want to go clean sheet. I'm going to go 2-0, and I think I think Longman's going to get the first.
I'm going to go 4-0. I'm going to say I'm going to be positive and think this is going to be the start of the change. And I'm going to go for a goal from a corner, and I'm going to say Evans.
You're going to say Evans. Listen, I'm always positive. I've been watching Leicester long enough, like Jamie and Tom have in particular. I've got one of those funny feelings about tonight. So I'm going to say, my heart says 2-1 to Leicester with Daka to score first. And then we're going to go to Sam, who's been holding the camera.
I think it's going to be 4-2 today. I think it's going to be a lot of goals.
Go on, say it again.
I think it's going to be 4-2 to Leicester with Daka to score first.
4-2. Yeah, and it is waxed hair, absolutely waxed. Listen, thanks everybody who's been watching. We're going to go down to the Blues Bar now. We'll be there. Come say hello. Jono is hosting tonight's watch along, and Mr. Swag, Michael, all the way from Seattle out in the US of A, is joining him. So if you're not at the King Power, join the watch along, join the debate all the way along. And if you are down at the King Power, come and see us outside the Blues Bar. Definitely come and see us after the game, and we'll get you on camera. Cheers, everybody.